Hey everybody, GL1 here, and welcome to my online toy museum. And today we're going to do more comparisons between, I'd say, 8-inch Megazord figures. So these came out within the last couple of years, and this is the Lost Galaxy Megazord. They have limited articulation, but they don't fall apart. They do have enough articulation to do some posing with. Their heads turn and can move in different directions. They have weapons. This one it has a pterodactyl or like a eagle that comes off on the back. And I don't watch the show, can't get into it, but I like giant robots, so that works for me. And so there's the Lost Galaxy Megazord. Well, they made a bunch of these, and they made them to be the size of, like, to sit in a cassette tape, like a VCR cassette tape. So that's when all the Power Ranger shows came on. Megazords, VHS tapes were out, Megazords at the same time. So this is the Thunder Megazord. And, you may have seen this before on a show like over 100 episodes ago. But I do have some new ones. So I'm going to, show you these first, and we can look at all of them. You can see there again is kind of like the bird reference. The thing about the Megazords is that they always have something to do with animals, whether they're real, imagined, or extinct. Sometimes they also do have things to do with like vehicles and things as well. But oftentimes the vehicles convert into animal type forms as well. So, all right. And then this is not one of the cassette tape ones. This is one of those ridiculously overpriced, very limited articulation Megazord. The wrists don't even turn. At least it has a sword. And this is the White Tiger Megazord. And these were like, you can get them at GameStop or something for like $25. And I don't know. They're just like a heavy, blocky plastic and limited articulation. The paint is nice. It's a good, shiny paint. It has a metallic finish to it. All right, so that's what those are. And I won't buy these ever again. Now, so these, when they first came out, were about $25. This was $25. But these things have gone on sale. In fact, this one I got for $4. And here is the new cassette tape. And like I say oftentimes, if you wait long enough and live long enough, you'll get what you want. So again, the cassette tape ones, you can see, look, it even has like a VCR tape, it looks like, inside. They're better than a lot of these Megazords that come out, like this type that doesn't really have any movement, hardly. So it opens up like this. And look at it, all nice biodegradable packaging. And when these first came out, they were, like I said, $25. I'm like, well, I can't see it, so I don't know the articulation. I can't take a look at the joints. So once I got one for $4, then I was like, oh, okay, well, they're pretty good. Then I'll be willing to get them when I see them on clearance. And, Ross right now is the place. And the thing about Ross is they will often get things that did not sell well on the internet. So sometimes there'll be $150 Transformers, like I got the Masterpiece Edition of Megatron from the movies for $35. And then I got and that was originally $150. And then I got a Optimus Primal Age of, what was it, the Year of the Gorilla, and or Year of the Monkey, I'm sorry. That was $150 originally. And then that also was down to like $35 or something like that. $30, actually. All right, so here we have, we can compare the two. All right, so this I was able to get for $6. Much bigger. The paint is just as good. Has a more realistic stance, the 45-degree stance. The articulation is not as much in terms of this can kick forward, but what for? Because it won't stand in any position. So, it's almost useless. But this one, you have a little bit of flexibility where you can move it into some different positions. And you do have the arms. This one doesn't. All the arms do is go forward and backward. And so this one, you have some shoulders that move around, and the wrists turn. And the head turns. I think it turns on both, though. Yeah, but this one just doesn't turn as much. So this is a cooler looking head, too. And then, yeah, this is like the foot that folds down. I actually have the original of this Megazord. And then we can get this sword in there. The stiff plastic. All right, so then you can turn the wrist, and he can get some good, widen the stance, get some good posing on there, All right, so cool. I compare that. Well, it's nice the paint on there. This is very retro, right? Kind of like 1980s looking. And I think that's what they were going for. And so for that, I do like it. I just think $25 is ridiculous. So I was able to get it for, $20, because you get that $5 off every month on something from GameStop. All right, so that is that one. All right, well, there's more. All right, so here we have the Dragonzord, and I have a very, very nice, and I haven't shown you yet, the really nice version of the Dragonzord Megazord. But I have so many different things, so it takes a while to show you everything. There's so many things I still haven't shown. But assuming I live long enough, we'll get to it all. Just not that there's anything happening, just making a comment. All right, so this is going to be cool. Oh, this is great. So what's nice is that, it's just a good size. It's nice and sturdy. And there you go. Look at that. That's a cool looking figure. Great paint. Nice looking figure, right? All right, let's see what we got here. Well, we can do this two ways. All right, so it can be a spear, right? He can hold on to it like that, or he can hold on to it. I guess you could do both. Could have that and then hold on to it like this, or maybe you can disconnect this. I don't know. Maybe you wouldn't do that. Maybe it's just meant to be this way. That looks cool anyway. Yeah, so cool looking weapon. I guess you could hold on to it down further if you wanted. I don't know though, the diameter looks a little thinner. The plastic is hard to bend, but not as hard as some others. Oh, okay, he can grip it. So he can hold it like that too. All right, so yeah, so if you don't want the hollow part to show, right, you want it to kind of be in that position, you can do that. And it's really neat, you can really see the delineation of the saber-toothed tiger Zord and the Triceratops Zord, and how that has wheels. So, cool. All right. Well, and there's another, perhaps the most famous Megazord of all time, the Dino Megazord. And this one, though, is the cooler Dino Megazord because it's in black and gold, which I also have the really nice black and gold Dino Megazord. All right. There's the sword. It's pretty cool. All right. Well, first thing you note is that the feet are the same as this guy, right? So the Dragonzord and the Dinozord have this really pretty much the same feet, except the knees here are different, right? But all right, and then let's see. This part of the Dinozord turns into a T-Rex, which I also have the old version of that. And then there's the mammoth. Let's see, part of it becomes a mammoth, and a pterodactyl. Yeah. All right. So, and there we go. You know what they should have put? What's missing is the mammoth shield. I guess they didn't include the mammoth shield. Yeah, they did not. So you can look at the box. They don't, he's probably so fast, he doesn't need the shield. He's just going to use the sword as a shield. So pretty cool. All right, well, that's my collection so far. They're all pretty great. I like them a lot. Good quality plastic. Not fantastic articulation, but they're big, giant robots. They don't need to articulate that much, right? They're just like boom, 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 boom. And each step takes a big distance, but they're not meant to fight like all fast and everything. But who is? Well, maybe this fella here, Ninjor. So here's Ninjor. Now, Ninjor is some obscure character. This is really cool. It's not in the same ilk as these guys as far as, it's not a giant Megazord, but this transforms and it looks like a Megazord, and it's about the same size. So let me show you how this transforms. So Megazord looking there, and these flip up, and then these go down, and then you can stick that there. Got a ninja sword. Nice ratchet action. So this is part of that, those sets with the Power Rangers where you flip the head around and it's a ranger and then it's just their human head. But I thought I was lucky to find this one. I think I got this at Ross also. And I think it was only $4. But I just thought it was really, it's a really cool Megazord looking fella. And you can see scale-wise, it works, It's about the same scale. So I think, all of these go well together. And if you see how this, how much smaller this Tigerzord is. So this really doesn't fit with the scale of these guys. Good thing I have the new one over here. But this fits with the other scale that I did back, like shows I think it was like 183 or something like that. It scales with those like 5-inch, 5 or 6-inch Megazords. Anyhow, but these are really cool. And if you can find some of those now, at Ross, I think is where you're going to find them right now for a great price. All right, so thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Take care.